got 3 more before we get to the activity. So, false cause. This is when, just because 2 things happen close to the same time, you assume that one thing caused the other to happen. Let's say, man, I swear, after I get my car washed, it always rains. Or my team always wins when I wear my lucky shirt. Those are examples of false cause, where you are making a kind of superstitious leap and you're equating it to fact. The red herring, we love this. This is the distractor. You see it a lot in political rhetoric where people are using this to distract your attention from what's actually taking place, where politicians will just throw one totally out of left field aspect into a bill to get people distracted by that, which they're not even really invested in. But if people are only talking about that one aspect, they're going to let the rest of the bill sail through without kind of fighting against it. So the red herring, this is the irrelevant idea. So let's say, I only made $8.75 at my first job working at Target. And I remember telling my mom that, hey mom, it's really hard saving it for college and having to buy all my own groceries and stuff on $8.75 an hour. And I was kind of griping and complaining. And what she said was like, Diana, when I was your age, I only made $40 a week. And it is the stereotypical, when I was your age, I walked 40 miles to school. That's a red herring because it's totally negating your struggle, the topic at hand, and it's taking it out of context to my struggle's worse than yours, which nobody was talking about. Nobody, that was not the question. But that is what you're persuading with the red herring, is pulling you away from your attention away from the actual topic at hand. And then begging the question, this is your circular reasoning, where your facts and your conclusions are the same thing. They both prove each other. So if I were to say, everyone wants the new iPhone because it's the hottest gadget on the market, the facts and the reasoning are the same thing. It's a hot topic because everyone wants it, but what was the actual want? Does it have a better camera? Does it have longer battery life? What is the actual evidence to it? That's begging the question. So I hope you at least wrote a few of these down because we're going to put this into practice. I found 5 commercials from the interweb that you have likely seen at one point in your life. Some of them are from as recent as the last Super Bowl. I want you to pay attention and try to pick out as many fallacies as you can. I'm going to stop after every commercial and ask you which ones you think you see. 5 commercials. We'll start.
When your cable company keeps you on hold, you get angry. When you get angry, you go blow off steam. When you go blow off steam, accidents happen. When accidents happen, you get an eye patch. When you get an eye patch, people think you're tough. When people think you're tough, people want to see how tough. And when people want to see how tough, you wake up in a roadside ditch. Don't wake up in a roadside ditch. Get rid of cable and upgrade to DirecTV. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
Man, you can't argue with that logic, I swear.
Those are my favorite ones growing up. Every Sunday.
I remember the roadside ditch very well.
Every Sunday.
All right, Braden, what do you think is in there? Slippery slope. Yes, tell me about that.
It's going one extreme to the next. Like, oh, because of this happens, and this happens, and
This happens, and this happens. And because you got put on hold, you're going to end up in a roadside ditch, and you're going to be really sad. Absolutely. There's a couple other ones in here. Ben, what do you think?
Well, I mean, slippery slope.
That's the big one, but there are, you can make arguments for a couple others. Preston, you want to assist? Ad veracundium?
That one, yeah.
Why do you say that one? That is the appeal to authority.
I was more looking at like the just trust me. And it's just like just trust me where you're gonna end up.
That's a good one, because if this big conglomerate company, this Fortune 500 company is saying I'm gonna end up in a ditch if I do this, then shoot, maybe I should think about doing that. For sure. Sam.
Maybe non-sequitur, because it's like if you have cable, you can be left on hold.
Right. Absolutely. That's a good one because you're making unjustified moves from cable to roadside ditch. There's no linkage. Ben.
Either or, there's only two options, you either get DirecTV or you end up in the dish.
Absolutely, there's the big one. All right, so we'll move along to a more recent one. You may have seen this in the 2021 Super Bowl.
Coke. Is Pepsi okay? Did you just ask if Pepsi okay? Excuse me? Of course Pepsi is okay. Just saying okay? No. Okay. What kind of word is that?
Okay, like this. Oh.
What? I ordered a Pepsi. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
I'm convinced.
So what do you see there? What kind of fallacies are we using? There's one big one. Tell me more.
Just because Cardi B's drinking Pepsi, that makes you want to drink Pepsi because Cardi B is cool.
Right, Cardi B is cool, and I want to be like Cardi B because she's so cool and fashionable in that diner. And if I drink Pepsi, I will be too. Yep. Preston, do you have something? There's one other major one in this. Think about the red herring. Ben, tell me about that.
Well, the entire commercial is basically about the pronunciation of the K and the actuality of Pepsi versus Coke.
Yeah, it's all about ochre. I can't even say it right, so I'm not gonna try. But it's about that, not versus. They took that out of context. It wasn't Pepsi versus Coke. It was pronunciation versus pronunciation. And you even got to the pigeons. Like, what do pigeons have to do with Coke? And it's kind of ridiculous. Yeah, Taylor.
What about like the either or? Just like it's either or, like Coke or Pepsi.
That's a definitely a big one in that debate. When you look back historically at those commercials, that's been the debate. That's a good call. This one, there's a lot to unpack here.
This is the joy for me. I love bread. I love bread. I now just manage it, so I don't deny myself bread. I have bread every day. I have bread every day. That's the genius of this program. I lost 26 pounds and I have eaten bread every single day.
Every day.
Bread. Just bread.
Bread. So tell me about Oprah and the bread.
Bread. Advercundium, the bread. It's Oprah saying yes.
Huh?
Advercundium.
Advercundium, yes, it's Oprah. Oprah has like billions. She's a billionaire. She has lots of money. So what she says has to be right because she has the best people on her team. Yeah, for sure.
Debating the question.
Debating the question, for sure. Yes, Oprah lost a lot of weight. She ate bread. Where is the science behind it? Where are the actual results? And you have to look at the fine print to see Oprah's results are not typical of the average Weight Watchers person. Grace.
AC generalization.
Tell me about that.
Well, she's saying that you can eat bread, so then I think people would automatically assume, oh, I can eat that, like that means I can eat this, and then like I can eat that, and then in reality.
Yes, Oprah is one person. We're making a generalization about everybody. Every single person watching this commercial has the same physiological structure as Oprah and is able to eat bread the same way as her. Yes. Brayden.
If you say a field of pity, you're doing a field trip, like you want to eat bread, let's be real, so you should be honest.
You definitely could say that, for sure. Tell me more about that.
Oh, well, that was it, like a guilt trip, like everyone wants to eat what they can, so clearly if you're on Weight Watchers, you could eat bread and not feel guilty and be skinny.
That's a really good
cultural norms. I don't know.
Yes, that's one that the book covers that I didn't cover today, but that's a great pick. Yes. Haley.
False cause.
False cause. Yes. Oprah has like the best trainers, the best dietitians in the world, and she lost weight using Weight Watchers for $24.99 a month. Fat chance.